Hi, I'm Richie Roberts.
And I'm Jeff Vader.
He's on loan from the Death Star Canteen.
True story, girl.
Yo, what's up? I'm Supergirl.
And she's on loan from Krypton. You have no idea how hard it was to broker that one.
Ellen.
He's on loan from Marvel, and we're still trying to figure... Actually, I don't even know. Was it really a loan, or did they just kick you out of the comic book entirely?
Fuck Marvel.
He's like, I'm that Avenger that no one wants to talk about.
He had an in with Stan Lee, but Stan Lee left, so they were just like,
No,
fuck
that should be
you.
your intro. You're like, hi, I'm Ellen, and I gave... what was her name? What was her name? The female Avenger.
Black Widow.
Black Widow. And I gave Black Widow crabs.
No.
No.
We're going to talk about Iron Man 3. All right, before you go, the first thing we want to say is, yes, there will be spoiler in here eventually. We're going to talk some non-spoiler stuff at the very, very beginning, but be warned, one of us will be saying spoiler alert at a certain moment, and you will see a flashing screen with an alarm that says spoiler, and that's about the time you know to click to the end of the video where we're doing our ending stuff. Yeah, all these little magic moves that he's doing. Apparently we're starting a dance. It's back to the 60s and 70s. Alan, here we go.
Intro bar here.
I am not putting an intro bar there.
If she starts dancing, can we get a poll?
Donate for the poll. Donate for the poll, man.
Come on, we're nerds. We don't need a poll. There's Excalibur right there. I mean, come on.
We do have a sword.
Yes, I would use Excalibur if I started dancing.
All right, so actually to Iron Man 3, he's like, damn! Before we go into too much detail on the actual movie, this is actually one of the few movies that I went to that the trailer did not seem better than the movie. Like, usually the way things are now, the trailer has all the best bits in the movie, and just seeing the trailer in comparison to the movie, usually the trailer's better. I think this one still had a lot more to offer that wasn't covered in all the trailers, and there was so much stuff to hype Iron Man 3, the TV spots, the trailers, the little clips or snippets or whatever you want to call them. There was a lot of stuff in there, but they didn't give out a lot of stuff in the movie. There were still plenty of surprises that we saw.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of surprises. There are some questions that come up based on this movie, but we'll get into that. But what were some of the things that you guys, without going into too much detail and without spoiling the movie?
It was more about Tony and Tony as a person, not just Tony being Iron Man.
Right.
It had to go back to the basics, back to the beginning of everything, and build back up to where it was.
I have to say that the way you see Tony beginning to end, it kind of gives you a scale as to who Tony was in the beginning, who Tony became, and eventually who it ended for the most part, and how interesting the concept of the character came overall, which was really interesting.
Now, I know this is going to be difficult for one of you because one of you missed a movie. We didn't know this until then. She hasn't seen Iron Man 2. But in comparison to the other films, do you think this fit nicely as far as trilogy stuff went?
With the exception of Avengers, I think this fit extremely well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they made mention of Avengers enough throughout the film. But I think that, overall, definitely, I would say this is almost like an Iron Man 4 in a way.
Yeah, because there was so much Iron Man going on in the Avengers, it kind of felt that way in the Avengers. Is like this is kind of like a little bit of Iron Man 3 in it.
After the Avengers, that Tony's just changed completely, and everything's just so different with his character that it's like, well, this isn't the Tony we've loved from movies 1 and 2. It's different, and I think it works for the character. It really does, because he's become a hero now. Something that
I'll agree that his personality's definitely changed from 1 and 2 to when he hits 3, and it does have a lot to do with what happened with the Avengers in New York. Like, I mean, yes, they made mention of it, but it's heavily undertoned in his personality this time around. Like, you can see this just in the trailer. He's saying the one thing I have to protect, and you can obviously see like he is so scared of what could be out there after he went through that portal and saw what was out there. Before he was just kind of a cocky little bastard, and but now he's scared.
Before I think he was the big fish in a small pond.
Yeah.
Now he's come back. He's the small fish in the bigger pond now, and he knows it. He knows it.
Well, I'll make the analogy that he is a big fish in a small pond, and then he got to see just how small that pond was.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He got to see. He was like, "Holy shit! I'm actually in a pond, and there's an ocean right here."
Yeah. One of the things that I love about Tony's personality is that he sees that and immediately adapt and overcome. The dude is amazing,
right?
You know.
Well, there's just two more things I wanted to cover before we go into like major spoiler. Did the characters still feel like they fit in the Iron Man series?
As a whole movie, I mean, it did feel like Iron Man in the end, but it was kind of like a different direction, a different step, and I did like it. It was different for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Tony was definitely Tony, but when it came down to it, it was a different side of Tony that we've never really seen before.
That's true.
So it was a really good thing that they showed that there was a different side to Tony Stark. So it was good. It was a good fit.
Story wise, I would say that I was okay with it. I'll be honest, I expected a little bit more. And I know Avengers had a bigger budget.
Oh, yeah.
I know it was like, when I think about what Iron Man is up against, I almost expected these things to get progressively better. And even though it was big theater, it almost seemed like an episode in a TV series almost.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the episode in the TV series that's filler. It kind of felt like filler.
Okay.
You're familiar with filler.
I'm a nartard. Yeah, I'm very familiar with filler.
Yeah.
So to
Look
me,
forward to T-shirts coming soon from Anime that says "Fillers, the one thing a ninja can't kill."
it kind of felt like a filler or something setting up for something else.
Yeah.
There was a lot of setting up for future things, and I think that took a lot of it from my perspective. So.
All right. So before we get into spoilers, let's go ahead and rate this one. I would say, I mean, we'll do kind of our typical rating, which is full price, matinee, wait for rental, Redbox, or Pirate Bay. Where do you think this one falls? I would say this is actually matinee.
Definitely
so it's
matinee.
Like 4 out of 5 for me.
Definitely matinee.
Yeah, I'll go with matinee.
I would matinee it, honestly.
Okay.
I mean, I would actually. I would full price it, but if I was going to go see it again, I would matinee it or Redbox.
I would go see it again. I am so glad that because they got it in the UK first. I am so glad that I did not torrent it because that would have ruined the experience of. Don't rip it and go see it on your computer. Like you want to see it on the big screen. I haven't seen it 3D, but I'm pretty sure that if it had been in 3D, it probably would have helped the experience. Well, but we understand that 3D is not for some people. Some people it actually is physically painful for them. So just if you can, go see it 3D. Tell us what you thought of it. Let us know how it was in 3D. What were some of your favorite points 3D? And when you do go see it, post in the comments. Let us know what part was your favorite. So we at least say go matinee. Alrighty. Now from here on out, this is going to be a discussion. We are going to talk everything about this. So spoilers. You have been warned. Spoilers abound. All right, let's just get into it. What'd you guys think of the movie?
Oh my fucking god! Love the marks. Marks 1 through fucking 42. Thank you, God. And you got to see that shit go off, especially at that oil drumming. It's fucking badass.
But
I did love
all of 5 minutes. That
was the thing that surprised me.
That was the culmination of all the action of the. I mean, it was very cloak and dagger throughout most. of the film.
All right.
I hope I was the dagger throughout most of the film, and then like the very last 5 minutes, you get
all these fucking
let's
suits.
kick some ass. And it's like, Tony, could you have done that the entire time? Yes, he could have, but he was holding his cards because Tony's a fucking genius.
I know, but I mean, it was kind of like, why didn't you episode 3 that shit? Seriously, draw that shit out, man.
Why didn't? Okay. Was anybody else? Because I was in the back of the theater while you guys were like in the middle. But did anybody else start laughing when he's supposed to be in Tennessee, and then you saw like the trees and the weather, and I'm like, that's fucking North Carolina.
I was like, it doesn't snow that much in Tennessee.
No, it doesn't.
Honest to God, I mean, like.
Because I was looking at the credits and it actually said North Carolina. I was like, fucking called it.
I looked over at Jesse and said, it doesn't snow that much down here.
I was like, those aren't our trees.
Those aren't our trees. We've been to North Carolina.
We've been to North Carolina. We know these things. We know these things.
All right. What about the kid story? I think the
I love the little kid.
Yeah,
the kid was so cool.
That's what I think about is I think that's setting up for like Guardians of the Galaxy, one of their new movies that are coming out because they're trying to do the continuity thing. I think that's going
the continuity.
The continuity thing.
Yeah,
I think that's going to carry over.
Well,
I really do.
I think we may see more in that aspect in the future Marvel movies that are going to come up, like Captain America and Thor are the two next.
I want to see the next Thor one. The new
I want
Thor.
to see Winter Soldier.
I know, right? That shit's gonna be bad the fuck ass.
I haven't seen anything from Winter Soldier out yet, though.
There are some things posted. Black Widow is a part of it. She's gonna be along for the ride. With Thor, you've got
you've got Padme back.
Padme's
Natalie
back,
Portman. Natalie Portman
but
is
you've
back.
got
and could possibly be dead.
Natalie
Yes.
Portman.
All right, no, really quickly, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about
call me.
All right, so anyway, I want to.
Fuck him.
I know these people. Don't call either of them.
Chick, just call me. Just
call her.
We'll play chess.
Hit me.
We'll play chess.
Just hit
We'll
me.
play chess. Come
All right,
on.
seriously. Okay, Iron Man Army.
Oh.
Like, all right. I loved. All right, the
I
thing.
thought people were
all right,
going to be
from
in
the
the suits, though.
Yeah, I did too. From the trailer, I thought people were going to be in the suits, and then when you
Yeah.
realize that Jarvis is controlling the whole thing, I was like, okay, that's insanely badass. And then when
Yeah.
Tony's hopping from suit to suit, I was like, even more badass.
I have to admit
That was
That
so
was
cool.
That
That
was
was
awesome.
unique.
That's another thing that I liked about this. They said Tony wasn't going to be in the suit all that much. I'm like, motherfucker, that's because there's so many like pieces of the suit still on him. Like that was the most epic part, was that like there's so many different ways that they could have like Tony in the suit and everything. He had like pieces of the suit on, and they used that so well in the choreography.
I honestly think that to me personally, that was the biggest letdown because it almost seemed like there wasn't the huge Iron Man heroics. You had one scene where he was really like, he was controlling it like a video game when you find out, but you don't know that, so it kind of like does the whole tricky thing.
Yeah.
But
it messes with your head.
It messes with your head, and you know I enjoy that, but I wish I would have seen more of it. Like I would have for half the movie, and I know this is Cloak and Dagger stuff, and he was holding his cards.
Well, not just that, but he was having trouble communicating with Jarvis.
Exactly,
and that was the biggest issue.
He had to basically first, you know, overcome his anxieties. I mean, he's having a lot of issues, and he's dealing with it on the fly. And that was one of the things I thought was really epic about Tony Stark. He's dealing with shit on the fly, like. You know, he can take advice from other people. He learns from other people very easily as well as he does machines.
Yeah.
But he's still a smarmy little bastard.
Yeah.
Like his discussion with the kid.
Tony
I'm
Stark.
cold.
I think one of my biggest...
I love their connection.
I love their but no,
their chemistry.
I hated how much shit that Rhodey got because he didn't have jack shit to do this time around.
I know.
Like Rhodey was so screwed this one. I was like, man,
Dude, he saved the president. Come on now.
Well,
He was a pimp during that. And
Oh,
he
come
took-
on. Bill and Ted could save that motherfucker.
Okay, he's not even Iron Man, and he can take out two of those bitches on his own. I mean, come on.
his biggest scene that he had was shooting the bulb out of the light.
It would have been nice to see him and Iron Man do a tag team.
Yeah, kind of like, okay, they did that in the second movie. That was the
Well,
thing.
I'm saying
The biggest
the overall
letdown...
picture, they needed to really tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they did it in the second movie, they sure as hell should have done it in the third.
At least once.
I
There
think-
should have been
yeah.
at least one scene
I
of
think
that.
the biggest letdown for this one was you have all these different marks, but you barely see any of it. You're seeing all these suits going back and forth, and just destroy here, destroy there, but you don't see like the impact of what Tony's put into each one, because each mark that you first saw for the first two
like you get
films
5 of them.
is
Yeah.
unique, and in this one you're like, okay, that's another mark. I have no idea what the fuck that is, or how
There's like 5 of them that you know about its like unique abilities. Like the one that actually has like a spine that cannot be compacted.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
The Hulk one.
That was basically the Hulk Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I think he modeled that after Banner after he
of
saw
course,
it. Yeah.
of course.
That's what's really cool.
Oh, speaking of which, biggest spoiler: if you don't stay to the fucking end,
no,
I swear to God.
Okay, seriously. They have credits where, and I like the beginning of the credits where they're actually like they've got all the video going through, and they're showing scenes from 1 through 3 and Avengers, and that was really, really cool.
Really
After it was done and the actual credits started rolling up, like I think I saw maybe 4 people leave the theater when that whole credit reel was, when the original video credit reel was going on, and I was like, you guys are stupid. Like, you don't ever leave a Marvel movie until after the credits scene has ended. And then when the credits actually start rolling, then everybody starts leaving. I'm like, are you people fucking retarded?
And then, best scene. I think it tied it full round circle because he's sitting there.
Full round circle?
Well, yeah, full circle, because we didn't get anything from like the Avengers aspect in this movie. You had no Shield, you had no Nick Fury, you didn't have Coulson, because we know he lived. Damn it!
Yeah.
I know he lived.
Coulson.
Okay.
I
will pull on that bullshit about
confirmed.
He held his breath. He held his breath. That's the reason he's alive. I was like, that is the most retarded piece of shit. People, no. This wasn't a Joss Whedon thing. These were writers for the televised series. I was like, you guys are fucking stupid. Come up with a better argument. Like, seriously, if you're gonna pull something out of your ass, at least make sure to polish a turd first. That's all I'm gonna say.
But for Iron Man 3,
he's talking. He's talking to somebody at the beginning of the movie, and you don't know who he's talking to. At the very fucking end,
he's like,
you find
I
out.
really thank you for listening, blah 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 blah. And I honestly thought, is he like talking out to the audience and shit? I honestly thought that when he was talking. I'm like, he's talking to me.
No, you're not that important.
Fuck you. And then lo and behold, it's Bruce fucking Banner. I'm like, oh fuck the hell,
and it's an older Bruce Banner too, because he's got more gray hair this time. Yeah,
It's like, I'm not that kind of doctor.
I'm really
It's like they're just having chill time or
That's
whatever.
right. They're just having R&D chats and just. I'm not that kind of dog.
No,
Where's my sandwich?
Where's my sandwich? No, where did you start nodding off? The elevator? The very fucking beginning.
Switzerland.
Elevator in Switzerland. You mean the beginning of the fucking movie?
Would you guys agree with me though? One of Marvel's the greatest marketing strategy that they did was pretty much make you believe that Ben Kingsley is.
Oh yeah!
I mean, come on, if we're gonna go
They
full
made
spoiler,
They made it seem like Ben Kingsley was absolutely
Exactly.
Quite literally
was absolutely the Mandarin, and he wasn't the Mandarin. And I gotta give him props.
let's leave them with some manner of
No, this is all right. Spoilers for people who've already seen the movie.
Okay, well,
So,
basically,
at this point,
Ben Kingsley is not.
They already know they've seen the movie.
Okay.
But no, Guy Pearce.
If they're watching at this point, they've seen the movie.
Some people just want spoilers. Some people can't help themselves. It's like the red fucking button. Yeah, he's not the Mandarin, and somebody from fucking his past is. I can't remember his fucking name, but
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce is the
Pearce's
actor's
character.
name.
Oh, I love what they did to Guy Pearce.
It's AIM.
Oh yeah.
Because in the beginning, he's all like, "I'm nerdy. Have my card, bitch."
He is a really good
He was a good actor. Yeah.
It took me a minute to remember who he was.
Oh, I loved the fight between him and Tony at the end too, because
I love Pepper.
It wasn't.
Come on.
It wasn't one of
Pepper
these.
was the shit.
I know.
But no. Unlike the other previous Iron Man, I will say that the action was above and beyond any of the other Iron Man that had come out, because most of the Iron Mans, they're because of the armor and the weightedness of the armor, they're kind of a little sluggish. They're not nearly as fast as this one was. This one was like fast and mobile. Like there was a lot more maneuverability and actual like martial art combat going on in this. And I will give Pepper her due. Oh my god!
Oh,
See,
yes.
this is why. This
Oh,
is why
yes.
you see. This is what
Pepper
we mean.
is a foxy bitch.
This is what we mean by. This is what we mean by bitches be cray cray. But
Bitches be
No. I'm
cray
sorry.
cray.
I mean, no offense towards the Hunger Games, but I'm sorry. She's not the one on fire. Pepper Potts is the bitch on fire.
she's the girl on fire.
Yep.
It just seemed that the action was notched up 3 more levels.
I mean,
from
yeah.
where
If you're
it was in
taking,
Iron Man
taking
2.
from just
I
Iron Man movies themselves, the
See,
first one was
because
you're going Iron Man and then a giant fucking Hulk ass version, and you're like back and forth, back and forth.
it wasn't
I will
a
disagree.
physical kind of fight. And in the second one, it wasn't a physical fight. It was a chase scene followed by a shootout.
Yeah.
And in
I
this one, it
will
was more
disagree.
physical.
I will disagree. I mean, I actually like the previous fight scenes more than this one. I think this fight scene showed more of what Robert Downey Jr. as an actor can do versus what Iron Man can do heroically.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
Which I gave props for, mostly because in the first one, you have Iron Man using his science. You have him saying, "Oh,
Exactly.
you didn't take like, this into account."
Dude's fucking MacGyver in this thing.
He
fucking
fights
love
with his
it.
brain, and
Fights
that's
with his
Yes.
brain.
but it's still Tony. It's absolutely still Tony in this movie because when it comes to the action scenes, he's still, even if it is being more physical, he's still using his brain on this because jumping from suit to suit and like getting to see the full abilities of Jarvis, like seeing how he can use Jarvis so well. It wouldn't have been set up like that if Tony hadn't used his head. Yeah. So
He's always got to use his head because he's got to think on the fly.
Exactly.
He's got to make it up.
Like,
as
I mean,
goes.
he immediately equated these
But
people falling out of the air into a game.
But that's
that he could defeat.
But once I saw Sherlock and Game of Shadows and seen what Robert Downey Jr. could do physically when he was fighting as Sherlock Holmes doing those fights, I was like, how is this not being incorporated into Iron Man?
Yeah.
And then now it finally has, and I was satisfied with that.
I just think with Iron Man as a character, I think of more iconic superhero battles. And I didn't really get the feel of iconic superhero battles with this until the very end. And yeah, they saved it up till the very end, but I kind of like mine interspersed throughout the film.
Back and forth a little here
But
and there.
Robert Downey, it seemed like kind of like a buddy film with Robert Downey Jr. and Iron Man. You know, you can see him actually separating himself from the Iron Man persona throughout this.
It's going
Which
back
is kind of why I think why he chose in the end to
give it up.
To, if not give
Which
it up.
pissed me off the
I think
most.
he learned something. I don't know if he gave it up.
I hope to God he hasn't, because that would... Oh, I'm so mad. I'm like, how the fuck does this work for Avengers
I think he
2?
learned something.
Mark 43, bitches. Mark 43. That's all I'm going to say.
I think he learned something from the Mandarin. I think he learned the secret that the Mandarin was using, anonymity. Like he stated in there. And I think you're going to see a more more behind the scenes Iron Man kind of now. You're going to see him just be like,
more closed
boom.
book.
Yeah. I think he's going to handle a lot of things through Tony Stark until Iron Man is needed.
Basically,
like Iron Man will only be out in the spotlight when it's Avengers time, and that's like not movie wise, but like I mean like he'll stay kind of backlit behind the scenes until he's needed with the Avengers, and that's the one time he gets out to kind of shine. And that's how
War Machine, because technically, I mean, War Machine didn't have that.
You mean Iron Patriot? I agree with Tony. That was fucking stupid.
That was
But even Iron Patriot refers to himself as War Machine.
War Machine rocks with an X.
With an X.
I like how the people start laughing and freaking points the gun at them. They're like, okay, my bad. And then you hear Tony start laughing. Man, there was some priceless moments. Like, very good comedy in this movie.
But,
good timing.
Iron Patriot, he's a symbol. Tony is a representation of himself and his company. Iron Patriot is a symbol for the American people, of strength, and really people can get behind him as a kind of like Captain America,
Yeah.
Why don't we let you talk?
Oh no, I introduced dialogue.
We enjoy your voice, please.
All the guys have been staring this entire time. This is like, does she speak? And we're like, yeah, she does.
Yeah, I do. I interject when
Move
I feel
everything out of the
necessary.
way of the.
I interject.
Enjoy your cleavage,
Okay.
ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, fine.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
It's magically delicious.
But one thing that really spoke to me about the character this time around. Both the friendship between the two of them was more solid.
Yeah.
Because you didn't really get that a lot in the first two. I mean...
I also did like to see...
That's because of the switched actors, and now they've kept...
Yeah, and,
well,
and
I mean,
they've gotten more familiar with each other, and it was more fun to see the two of them outside the suits being friends.
Yeah, I was saying
anything.
that was the other thing I was really I really liked seeing was actually seeing how Iron Man, or Tony rather, had to deal with situations where he just did not have the suit. Like when they had to sneak into the ship. And it's him.
And obviously,
and he's like, don't shoot behind.
I mean,
you got any clips? You got any extra ammo? I'm like, yeah, that's Tony. That's Tony. And Rhodey's just like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Tony is a hero and everything, but he doesn't have combat training.
No, he's not trained.
You know, he's not a combatant to train combat situations.
That's where.
Not granted that Tony's lethal though. You give that man a potato gun or something, he will be lethal.
We're gonna bring up the potato gun Mark II. No. Okay, that's the other thing I really liked about it is he got really clever with taking down those two choppers that were shooting at the house.
That's
like
fun.
when he pulled out, he's like, the weapon system isn't ready. Well, this, throw a little missile. Well, I was like, oh, genius. Like, he was brilliant. The piano bit was great. I loved, like, that was so cool. Oh, just good old-fashioned revenge.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all it comes down to.
Yep.
He gave the man his home address though. I mean, for as much...
Okay, that will show you. That shows
smart-
you just how arrogant Tony is. Not only does he say, come and get me, I'll even tell you my home address.
Yeah,
Bring it.
And then he took the phone and threw it, and he was like, just bill me.
Just bill me.
He is the smartest dumbass that you ever knew. I swear.
Oh,
If you're gonna have that many mock suits, don't tell the person where you're living, because they're just gonna come after you and everything that you've built.
All right.
That's what she said.
Anything else we want to cover and wrap up here?
Now, go see Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Can I say just
Go ahead.
a little something?
Yeah, go ahead.
On the romance side of it, yes, I'm a girl. I'm gonna pay attention to the girly stuff.
Oh, no. There's nothing wrong with
When it came down
romance.
to it, I saw a part of Tony that actually figured out what it was in life that he was actually living for.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Not to mention Pepper getting in the suit
Oh, yes.
and protecting his ass.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Yes.
So awesome.
Like, okay,
Pepper
that's
in
the other
Iron
thing.
Man suit, best.
Iron Man
When-
3 teaches us one thing. That Pepper is more badass than Tony ever will be. Just from the beginning, from the scene at the beginning where she's in the full suit to the scene at the end where she's just fucking him
She
up.
fucks him up like
when
that was
Pepper
so violent.
when Pepper I was actually
turned on by that.
Was I the only one sitting there waiting for the follow-up line where she goes, I really liked it. I'm like, I was waiting for
I
it.
was like, and she didn't do it.
I was like, come on.
Well, because you know in the comics, Pepper has her own suit, and
Right.
in the comics, Pepper is, I believe, Rescue,
The
which
medic.
basically goes to like emergency situations and handles emergency calls, and
Which
and,
I could possibly
and dangerous
see.
disasters and things like that. She's like right there.
In
she's
the
not like
thick of things.
like a major combatant, but she uses her suit to like serve the public good. And
Which
yeah.
I could see that in Avengers 2.
And I can totally see that she'd have the better suit as far as all the gadgets and stuff goes. Number one, because Tony wants to protect her.
Yeah.
Very much wants to protect her. And number two, she gets along with Jarvis. They should have done better.
I will say the extremist thing goes along with Marvel's revamp, because I actually did buy Iron Man the very first one from the revamp, and the character that
Is it Marvel or DC that's doing the year one revamp stuff?
both of them revamped.
Oh, wow.
Both of them revamped to start over, because they compete heavily. If you didn't know.
No way.
If you didn't know.
Does that mean Dark Horse is doing? Is Dark Horse going to be doing a revamp
But
too?
Extremis is the first plot from the revamp. So I had already known a little bit about that character and stuff. So if you follow the comics it is not following. It's kind of following the older comics, but it's basically lined up with the new revamp. And I think that's a trend with a lot of the comic book movies, that they're all kind of, the movies that are coming out are falling in line, especially with, this is going off topic for Iron Man, but the new Superman coming out definitely reflects the new suit that Superman currently has in comics. So it's all kind of like everything's following suit in a way.
Fuck you, DC. Bring back the underwear.
Put some pants
Straight
on.
up, dog. Straight up.
Put some pants on that.
Put some pants on the man. Put some pants on.
The girls are all like, take it off.
Running
Seriously,
around looking like some kind of weird alien. I mean, wait, what?
Clark, I don't mean to be a douche, but do not drop trowel. Seriously.
God, flying around looking like some kind of weird alien. What planet do you think you're on?
Yeah, let
Jesus.
me show the shirt. Let me show the shirt. Yeah, you
Fair.
got my vote. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My only
I was
thing
waiting
is,
for somebody to like grab.
my
there
only
and
thing
just
is in
start
spandex. How do you? I mean, what if you get hard? I mean, just walk around.
Okay, he asked the sex question. My mind went to, what if you've got to pee?
How does Superman take a shit?
Well,
That's the Superman moment. That's the Superman moment that really needs to be explained right here, right now.
No.
If he's flying around, he's got to pee. Does he just pull it out and whiz? I feel sorry for the guy
Is
that
it
catches it.
raining?
No, it's not rain at that point because it's at terminal velocity. Superman's urine has killed more people than Lex Luthor.
What does he got if he has to take a shit? What does he just sit on a cloud and just
Oh no, that's what the moon's for. What do you think?
takes out the
No,
daily planet?
No,
and just-
that's what the moon's for. Why do you think there's so many craters? Why do you think there's so many craters on the moon? He just drops trowel and shoots a turd, and it's a turd missile coming at the moon.
I'm
He
just
fires
like,
it into space. The moon's gravity takes care of the rest.
So well.
All right.
Aren't you?
So well.
See, this is why we're happy for the Earth's gravity, because that's the one thing you don't want to find on Mars from Curiosity or Superman turds.
farts. How does it not kill everybody?
Just
wanna
think,
know.
Tell us.
And that's been
want to know.
that's been Iron Man 3, everybody.
Iron Man 3. Woo!